Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about angular SHM. Actually, in linear SHM we already studied all the concept of linear SHM. What is linear SHM? What is a second order differential equation of linear SHM? What is the velocity of the particle performing SHM at any instant of time? What is the acceleration, what is maximum velocity, minimum velocity, what is about the composition of SHM, what is the energy, total energy of particle performing SHM, and there is one important part about simple pendulum. These are the concept related to linear SHM, simple pendulum performing simple harmonic motion and the particle performing linear simple harmonic motion. In this, particle move along the straight line path, so it is known as a linear SHM. But today we are going to discuss about the angular SHM. What is angular SHM? Angular SHM is nothing but it is a periodic motion again, in which the torque, it is denoted by Greek letter tau, in which torque is directly proportional to angular displacement directed toward the equilibrium position, or we can say negative sign indicate that the direction of torque and angular displacement are exactly opposite. So torque is directly proportional to minus theta, so torque is equals to minus c into theta. What is c? C is nothing but it is a proportionality constant, but here c is the torque per unit angular displacement, and it is also known as a torsional constant. It is also known as the torque per unit twist, that is c. C is constant of proportionality here and it is constant factor. So torque is equals to c into theta, but we know that torque is equals to I into alpha. In the rotational motion we discuss about the moment of inertia and this relation between torque and moment of inertia. So torque is equals to I alpha. I is moment of inertia of body and alpha is angular acceleration. So we can write torque is equals to I alpha is equals to minus c into theta. Alpha is angular acceleration and angular acceleration is d omega by dt. Here omega is angular velocity and omega is equals to d theta by dt. Means first order derivative of angular displacement is angular velocity and second order derivative of angular displacement is angular acceleration. So angular acceleration can be written as d2 theta by dt square. That is a double derivative of angular displacement with respect to time is angular acceleration. So alpha is equals to d2 theta by dt square. So here I into d2 theta by dt square is equals to minus c theta. Therefore d2 theta by dt square is equals to minus c by I into theta. Here c is constant, I is constant. This c by I, c is constant, I is constant. This c by I is nothing but it is omega square, and this omega square is the constant of SHM. We study in linear SHM omega square is equals to k by m, but here omega square is equals to, again it's a constant of SHM, omega square is equals to c by I. So we can write d2 theta by dt square is equals to minus omega square theta. So d2 theta by dt square plus omega square theta is equals to 0. This is second order differential equation of angular SHM. d2 theta by dt square plus omega square theta is equals to 0. This is second order differential equation of angular SHM. This is known as angular SHM. Again, angular SHM is defined as, it is a oscillatory motion, it is a angular periodic motion in which the torque is directly proportional to angular displacement directed toward the equilibrium position. So torque is equals to minus C into theta. This is angular SHM or angular oscillations. About torsional oscillations. It is also known as torsional pendulum. In this, or it consists of a metallic disc suspended from a rigid support with the help of string, that is metallic wire. This disc is rotated by a small angular displacement and then released. Then it is found that these discs perform angular SHM. This disc is rotated about the equilibrium position angularly, and these oscillations are called as angular oscillations. And we prove, or we discuss about the time period of these angular oscillations or time period of torsional pendulum. Here, according to the definition of angular SHM, torque acting on the disc is directly proportional to angular displacement. Larger the torque applied, angular displacement is large. Smaller the torque applied, angular displacement is small. So torque is directly proportional to angular displacement, and direction of torque is opposite to the angular displacement. So torque is equals to minus theta. Torque is directly proportional to minus theta. So torque is equals to minus C into theta. Here now C is torsional constant of this string. Torsional constant means torque per unit twist or torque per unit angular displacement also. So torsional constant of the suspension string or suspension wire. So torque is equals to minus C into theta. We know that torque is equals to I into alpha. I be the moment of inertia of disc about a given axis of rotation, and alpha is angular acceleration. Because the speed of disc is not constant, angular speed of disc is not constant, so alpha is angular acceleration. So torque is equals to I into alpha is equals to minus C into theta. So alpha is equals to minus C by I into theta. So alpha is equals to minus C is constant, I is also constant because here axis of rotation of the disc is fixed, and moment of inertia of the disc is nothing but it is mr square by 2. Moment of inertia of disc about an axis passing through its center perpendicular to its plane. This is moment of inertia of disc, that is mr square by 2. M be the mass of disc, r be the radius of disc. So C by I is a constant factor, and this constant factor is given by omega square theta. So alpha is equals to minus omega square theta, where omega square is equals to C by I. Omega square is equals to C by I. And we know that alpha is a double derivative of angular displacement. Derivative of angular displacement is d theta by dt is equals to omega, and d omega by dt is equals to alpha. So double derivative of angular displacement, that is d2 theta by dt square, is alpha, that is angular acceleration. So alpha is equals to d2 theta by dt square plus omega square theta is equals to 0. This is second order differential equation of angular SHM. So we can say this disc, rotating disc about a given axis, perform angular SHM. So it is a proof that is a disc performing angular SHM. Now here we discuss about the time period of torsional pendulum or time period of angular oscillations. Time period means time required to perform one complete oscillation by the disc of torsional pendulum is known as the time period, time required to perform one complete oscillation. So this is time period. So time period T is equals to 2 pi upon omega. Omega is the constant of angular SHM, and here omega square is equals to C by I. So omega is equals to under root C by I. Again, C is a torsional constant of the suspension wire and I is moment of inertia of disc about a given axis of rotation. So T is equals to 2 pi by omega. Put the value of omega, that is 2 pi upon under root C by I. Therefore time period of torsional pendulum T is given by 2 pi under root I by C, where I is moment of inertia of torsional pendulum or moment of inertia of disc, C is torsional constant of the suspension wire, and T is the time period of torsional pendulum. So T is equals to 2 pi under root I by C. This is expression for time period of oscillation of torsional pendulum. Now we take one numerical related to torsional pendulum or related to torsional oscillations. A 20 centimeter wide thin circular disc of mass 200 gram is suspended to a rigid support from thin metallic string. By holding the rim of the disc, the string is twisted through 60 degree and released. Now it performs angular oscillations of period 1 second. Calculate the maximum restoring torque generated in the string under the undamped conditions. Take pi cube is equals to 31. In this example, the diameter of disc is given, that is D is equals to 20 centimeter, that is the radius of the disc is D by 2, that is 10 centimeter. Take the value in SI unit. So 10 into 10 raised to power minus 2 meter means 10 raised to power minus 1 meter. Mass of disc is given, that is 200 gram, that is 0.2 kilogram in SI unit. Theta, that is the twist or angular displacement of the disc or string. Theta is 60 degree. So 60 degree is not SI unit. So in SI unit it take pi by 3 radian. And capital T, that is the time period of oscillation of the disc, is T is equals to 1 second. So T time period is 1 second and pi cube is given. It's given in the formula in the problem. Pi cube is 31. Calculate the value of restoring torque produced in the generated in the string. So we have to find out value of torque. So here in this example, we first of all we find about the moment of inertia of disc about a given axis. Here disc is rotated about an axis passing through its center and perpendicular to its plane. So moment of inertia of disc is mr square by 2. It's a moment of inertia of disc. So put the values of m, that is 0.2. Put value of r, that is 10 raised to power minus 1 square upon 2. So by solving it, it's a 0.1. So 0.1 into 10 raised to power minus 2 means 0.1 means 10 raised to power minus 1. And 10 raised to power minus 2 means 10 raised to power minus 3 kilogram per meter square. It's a SI unit of moment of inertia. That is I, moment of inertia of disc about a given axis, is 10 raised to power minus 3 kilogram meter square. Now we know that the time period of torsional oscillations, time period is given by T is equals to twice pi under root I by C. I is moment of inertia, C is torsional constant of the suspension wire, T is time period. Squaring both sides, T square is equals to 2 pi whole square means 4 pi square under root get cancel I by C. So value of C is nothing but cross multiplication. Value of C is given by 4 pi square I by T square. So it's the value of C. Suppose this is equation number 1 and this is equation number 2. Now we have to find out a restoring torque. Restoring torque generated in the string. So torque is equals to C into theta. Actually torque is equals to minus C into theta because negative sign indicate the direction. So in magnitude, C is equals to torque is equals to C into theta. So tau is equals to C into theta. This is restoring torque. Put the value of C from equation number 2. C is 4 pi square into I by T square into theta. Put all the values in SI unit. So torque is equals to 4 pi square. I is moment of inertia of disc, which is calculated as per equation number 1, 10 raised to power minus 3. T square is a time period of oscillation, that is 1. 1 square is also 1. Theta is pi by 3. Value of theta is pi by 3. So by solving it, 4 into pi square and pi, that is pi cube into 10 raised to power minus 3 divided by 3. So torque is equals to 4 into pi cube is 31. This value is given into 10 raised to power minus 3 divided by 3. On solving it, the value is 41.33 into 10 raised to power minus 3. It can be written as 0.04133 Newton into meter. Newton into meter or Newton meter is the SI unit of restoring torque. So value of restoring torque is torque is equals to 0.04133 Newton meter. Again we take one practical example of angular SHM. That is a magnet vibrating in a uniform magnetic field, or we can say it's an oscillation of bar magnet in uniform magnetic field. Consider uniform magnetic field of induction B. A bar magnet is suspended in this way. Suppose this is bar magnet is suspended with the help of string from a rigid support, and uniform magnetic field is applied which is parallel to the direction of bar magnet in this way. Then it is found that if the magnetic field is applied, the bar magnet is slightly rotated through an angle theta, or bar magnet is rotated with a small angular displacement theta. Here it is found that the forces acting on the poles of the bar magnet, on the north pole force acting is plus Qm into B, and in south pole force acting is minus Qm into B. Forces are equal and opposite. These equal and opposite forces produces a torque. Here B is magnetic induction, mu is magnetic dipole moment of the bar magnet, because small m is used for mass of bar magnet. Mu is magnetic dipole moment of the bar magnet. So here equal and opposite forces acting on the south and north pole. These equal and opposite forces produces a torque. So torque acting on the bar magnet is given by, here we know that torque is vector quantity. So torque is equals to mu arrow cross B arrow. It's a cross product of magnetic dipole moment and magnetic induction. So torque is equals to mu arrow cross B arrow. Therefore, magnitude of torque is given by tau is equals to mu B sin theta. It's a definition of cross product. Magnitude of cross product. Torque is equals to mu B sin theta. Mu is magnetic moment, again B is magnetic induction, theta is angle or angular displacement of the bar magnet with uniform magnetic field. So torque is equals to mu B sin theta. We can write torque is equals to minus mu B sin theta because negative sign indicate that the direction of torque is exactly opposite to the angular displacement. Direction of torque is exactly opposite to the angular displacement. Here angular displacement in this direction, but direction of torque is in this direction, means angular displacement in clockwise direction and direction of torque is in anti-clockwise direction. So torque is equals to minus, negative sign indicate that torque and angular displacement are opposite. But as a theta is a small, here angular displacement is very small, so sin theta can be written as theta. So torque can be written as minus mu B into theta. Equation number suppose 1. So torque is equals to mu B into theta. This is restoring torque. As we know, torque is equals to I alpha. What is I? I be the moment of inertia of bar magnet about a given axis, and alpha is angular acceleration. So torque is equals to I alpha, means we can write I alpha is equals to minus mu B into theta. Again alpha is equals to minus mu B divided by I into theta, where mu is magnetic dipole moment of the bar magnet, B is magnetic induction, I is moment of inertia of bar magnet about a given axis of rotation. So mu B and I are constant, and this constant factor can be written as omega square. So mu B by I is equals to omega square. So alpha can be written as minus omega square theta, where mu B divided by I can be written as omega square. So alpha is equals to minus omega square theta. So alpha means angular acceleration, it can be written as d2 theta by dt square. So alpha can be written as d2 theta by dt square plus omega square theta is equals to 0. This is second order differential equation of angular SHM. So d2 theta by dt square plus omega square theta is equals to 0. This is second order differential equation of angular SHM. Here value of omega square is equals to mu B divided by I. Now we calculate the time period of oscillation of bar magnet in a uniform magnetic field. Now time period is given by time period of oscillation. Time period means time required to perform one complete oscillation by the bar magnet about a equilibrium position. So time period T is equals to 2 pi upon omega. Here omega square is equals to mu B by I. So omega is equals to under root mu B divided by I. Therefore put the value of omega, T is equals to 2 pi upon under root mu B divided by I. So time period of oscillation of bar magnet can be written as 2 pi under root I by mu b. Time period of oscillation of bar magnet can be written as 2 pi under root I by mu b, where I is moment of inertia of bar magnet, mu is magnetic dipole moment of the bar magnet, and b is magnetic induction of applied magnetic field. So this is about time period of oscillation of bar magnet. Now we take one numerical example related to oscillation of bar magnet. Find the number of oscillations performed per minute by a magnet is vibrating in a plane of uniform field of 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 5 Weber per meter square. The magnet has moment of inertia 3 into 10 raised to power minus 6 kilogram meter square and magnetic moment 3 ampere meter square. In this numerical, we have to find out frequency of oscillation per minute. That is the number of oscillations per minute. Actually, number of oscillations per minute means frequency. Actually, frequency is number of oscillations per second. But here we have to find out number of oscillations per minute. Given data is magnetic induction is given, that is 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 5 in SI unit Weber per meter square. Moment of inertia of magnet is given 3 into 10 raised to power minus 6 kilogram meter square, and mu magnetic induction magnetic moment is given, that is 3 ampere meter square. Here we know that time period of oscillation of bar magnet is given by T is equals to 2 pi under root I by mb. This is formula for time period. As we know, frequency is equals to reciprocal of time period, that is 1 by T. So frequency of oscillation is reciprocal, that is n is equals to 1 upon twice pi under root mb mu b by I. Therefore, we have to find out frequency in oscillations per minute. So n is equals to 1 upon twice pi under root, value of mu is 3, b is 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 5, and value of I is 3 into 10 raised to power minus 6. So 3 get cancel. So n is equals to 1 upon twice pi. Twice pi is nothing but it is 2 into 3.14, that is 6.28 under root of 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 5. Minus 6 is becomes plus 6. So n is equals to 1 upon 6.28 under root of 16, because 10 raised to power minus 5 plus 6 means 10 raised to power 1. So it's a 10. 1.6 into 10 means 16. So n is equals to under root 16 means 4 divided by 6.28. And by solving it, its value is so n is equals to 4 divided by 6.28. It's oscillations per second, but we have to calculate oscillations per minute. So it's a 4 divided by 6.28 into 60 oscillations per minutes. So it's a value of frequency in oscillations per minute, that is n is equal. By solving it, its answer is 38.19 oscillations per minute. It's the value of frequency in oscillations per minute.